Hello guys, welcome back to the Anime Alley. And we got a choice here. Reject the money, accept the money. I don't need Machina's stinking money. We work for the military defense. I doubt we need money. I highly doubt it. Machina, listen carefully. I don't want your money. That's not what I'm saying. If you want to play house, I would do it free of charge. I'm not the perfect human being you seem to think I am. I can't commit to becoming your father. It would be irresponsible of me to pretend I could. But if it's just playing at the role, I think even someone like me can handle it. Well, a pseudo papa, I guess, since you never learned what a family is. We'll try to figure it out together. Would that be enough? I'm not a fan of Machina. Let's just say that clear out. Alright then, let's leave it at that. That said, I really prefer not to be called Papa this early in my life. And I think you meant fledgling. That's the feathers on an arrow. I take hold of Machina's outstretched hand and give it a quick shake. Most likely because of that half-eaten lollipop she's been carrying around, her palm is sticky and unpleasant to touch. You got plenty to learn, that's for sure. When you raise something, sometimes you're the one that grows the most. And when you teach someone, you're going to learn a lot in return. Or so my master told me once. At the time, those words didn't really resonate with me, but now I think I'm starting to understand. Even so, when I think about the rocky road that lies ahead, I can feel the dull throb of a incipient headache stirring under my temples. I'm accustomed to being used by others. Yeah. After all, at my part-time job, it's not considered acceptable to second-guess your orders, let alone defy them. Then, gets at his part-time job, you'll be charged with treason and sent to jail immediately. Not fun. Once you're given instructions, you're expected to carry them out to the letter, without question, without hesitation, and without doubt. In other words, there's no right. Disobey. And again, simply do what you're told and you'll always be provided with the necessities of life. There's no need to agonize over your decisions when you're not the one making them. In that sense, it's a very easy life, and my screen's going haywire again. Great. Don't worry about it. I'm currently carrying a metal overhead projector down the hallway. In our increasingly computerized age, this sort of bulky machine is already well down the road to complete obsolescence, but a fraction of the teaching staff, specifically those older than 50, seem to have gotten the memo. Don't seem to have gotten the memo. As a general rule, these older instructors, my mouth, prefer to use handwritten transparencies official aids for their lessons. Personally, I don't really like to complain about the elderly not moving with the times, but every classroom in this school has a retractable LCD projector mounted in the ceiling. So being forced to lug this heavy thing around for every lesson is definitely enough to inspire a few aspirated sighs.
なんかさ、今まではこういう仕事って全部私に回ってきたから、ユージが来てくれたおかげで助かるよ。
You're seriously exaggerating. This is nothing. Saving people is something else entirely, something much, much more difficult. In the first place, Amen isn't my superior or anything. I have the right to... Oh, I'm tired. I need a drink. Turn her request flat. Down flat. Tea. Since I'm not exercising that right, I'm acting out on my own free will. There's nothing to thank me for. Anyway, I'm just trying to show off in front of a woman, pure self-interest.
へえ、でもさ、嫌いな子の前でいいとこ見せる必要なんてないもんね。それってつまり、ユージは私のことを好き。
As a general rule, I dislike women who ask me annoying questions. You don't have to follow me around, by the way. I know where the equipment room is.
またそうやってすぐ意地悪なこと言う。女の子にそういう態度取るのがかっこいいとか思ってるなら、それ勘違いだからね。
That a fact. Let me rephrase that then. Leave this to me, Amen. You go on ahead. I'll catch up later.
それって死亡フラグじゃん。
Amen, once this job's done, let's get married.
いや、だからそれ死亡フラグだってば。つうか、冗談だって分かっててもドキッとするから、あんまそういうこと言わないでよ。私結構本気にしちゃうタイプだし。
Duly noted.
まあいいわ。どこにでもついてくる鬱陶しい女だって思われるのもあれだし、後のことは任せてもいいのね。
Yeah, not a problem.
じゃあさ、私先に
Because I already consider you an annoying stalker who plays around in my bed sheets. Never gonna let that go. What?
だから今日の晩ご飯私が作ってあげる。
You really don't need to do that.
別にお礼じゃないわよ。私が勝手に作りたいって言ってるだけ。
Look.
そうでも言わなきゃ、あんたちっとも食べに来ないじゃない。あんたの分も用意しておくから、ちゃんと食べに来るのよ。いい？
Hey, hold on. Unliterally announcing a schedule as if the matter has already been decided, then disappearing before I have the time to object. It's a favorite trick of the crafty older woman. By repeating this process numerous times, they deeply imprint the idea I can't oppose this woman onto my subconscious, ultimately depriving me of the ability to voice any resistance to their plans. Why exactly do these sort of sly women flock around me like moths to a flame at this point? I'm half convinced it's some kind of curse. Pushy girl. Watching Amen bound gently off down the hallway, I heave a little sigh. In the next moment, the cell phone in my breast pocket begins to buzz with a harsh electronic sound. As the ring vibrates against me, I feel the warmth drain from my chest. It's my black cell phone, the one I was given for work. I pull the phone out of my pocket and glance at the LCD. The caller's name is displayed Julia, first and foremost, among the sly women in my life. After a short deep breath, I press the answer button and hold the phone to my ear. First thing I hear is electronic noise as the calls converted from a general analog line to an encrypted digital connection. That and the commanding voice of a woman, a voice that brooks no opposition. In answer to her clipped cynic words, I offer a similar teased and businesslike response. What's the situation? Affirmative. She cuts off the call without warning before the word is completely out of my mouth. Par for the course. 17 minutes. Returning the phone in my purse pocket, I glanced at the cheap digital wristwatch on my left wrist, which currently reads 4:50 p.m. Looking up, I hurriedly scanned my surroundings. When I look back over my shoulder, I find Sakaki performing her usual languid intellectual girl act, one elbow resting on a windowsill as she sighs empathetically for no apparent reason. I call out to her without hesitation. Sakaki!
Nani?
Sakaki turns to look at me with a displeased frown on her face, roughly translatable as "I'm not death," and approaches me with opposite reluctance. Sorry, but could you take care of this?
Huh?
Something urgent just came up, where the equipment room is, right? I need you to take this back for me, please. I owe you one. Not waiting for Sakaki's response, I turn my back on her and break into a run. She doesn't raise her voice to berate me, let alone chase after me, exactly as I calculated beforehand. I'm pretty sure Sakaki loathes the demeanoring men from the bottom of her heart, but that hatred is so intense precisely because she can't offer much resistance to them. It takes me 1 minute and 46 to reach my room since I ran all out. I worked up a good sweat in that time. But thanks to the daily running regimen I kept up since coming here, my breathing is still pretty regular. I quickly peel myself out my sweat-soaked school uniform and toss it carelessly aside, opening the sack sitting in the corner of my room. I take out my change of clothes, specifically a green work uniform with the name of a cleaning company embroidered of the shirt, a cap of the same color, and a package of disposable first orders of business. I'm not even going to go into that. In my line of work, generally, and especially in my specific job, it's often impossible to take a bathroom break once you're taking your position. Fact of the matter is, once spent several hours of a lengthy job doing... oh boy. Oh yeah, it's for a certain... I'm not even going to go into it. It's a military thing. You don't want to know. The discomfort I endured on that occasion is beyond my ability to express in words. As a direct result, I pick up the habit of wearing no matter how minor. Step into the trousers, tighten my belt, put on my hat, completely changed into the frog uniform rivaled by all who wear it. Finally, I pull a pair of dark-skinned gloves as a measure against possible injury to my fingertips, completing my preparation. Taking my phone out of the school uniform, I push them into the breast pocket and head for the door. As I reach for the door, I take the final look back into the interior of my room. The school uniform scattered messily on the floor kind of stands out, but there's no reason to worry about now. In this school, there aren't any superiors to chew me out about it while brandishing the punishment stick. Might as well just clean it up when and if I come back. There's always the possibility I never get that chance, but in that case, nobody's going to be able to nag me about anything ever again. I burst out of the dorm, rush towards the school gate. My body feels light, as if I blurred my way into a lax student life, casually gathering small fragments of happiness with every passing day. Even when I was starting to find my cheeks loosen into a spontaneous smile, even at the best of times, that underlying feeling of frustration never disappeared. That vague, heavy anxiety was always with me. Yet with a single curt phone call, that weight has been lifted from my shoulders. My body moves freely, effortlessly. When you get down to it, this is how I was made. This is how I'm supposed to operate. This is what I am. As I try to convince myself of that, my body grows lighter still, but in exchange I can feel the gaping, empty hole in my chest growing wider. An unexpected voice brings me to a reflective halt. When I turn, sure enough, I'm standing a few meters away. Yeah, I got called in for work all of a sudden. Well, I might not be able to make it back. I don't know if I'm going to be back at a reasonable hour. Alright.
じゃあ頑張って働いておいで。ちなみに晩ご飯のメニュー。何？もしかして酢豚は嫌い？
That's not it. Thank you, Amen.
何？あんたが。
Okay, I'm heading out.
はい、行ってらっしゃい。はい、行ってきまーす。
And JB. Look, woman, don't just casually butt your way into a conversation between young people. And that would be my phone. Why are you here? I don't remember anything about that ride being you. Okay, can you stop talking in that sugary tone of voice? It's raising my blood pressure. Right, as I mentioned before, this blonde clown is JB. Feel free to ignore her stupid jokes. Stop talking, let's just go. Are you serious?
Grisaia 朝日クリーン広報2課分室室長春寺ゆりやさん。そう、気安く JB って呼んでいいのよ。はあ。
This is the weirdest conversation. That's more than enough, isn't it? Let's go, JB. Grab you by the hair. Later, Ramen.
いってらっしゃい。なんなの今の人。
Why would I be?
私のこと、あの子たちに合わせたくないみたいじゃない。
That's right, I don't. You stink of gunpowder, JB.
そうかな。私、
It was a figure of speech.
ね、そりゃ急に来たのは悪かったわ。それは謝るけど、あんまり過敏になってもかえって怪しまれるわよ。気をつけなさい。
I know. This car never gets any less obnoxiously flashy, and the interior stinks of perfume. As she speaks, JP leans over toward me in order to put on her seatbelt, body exuding the same sweet smell of perfume that pervades the car. It's the raw scent of an adult woman. As a general rule, women sprinkle more perfume on themselves with every year they age. Some of them end up as walking air fresheners, but JB's fragrance isn't too unpleasant. Somewhat reminiscent of a mother's scent, if anything. Better than the smell of gunpowder, to be sure. And what's our destination? Will I be working with a partner? Then there's hardly any point in meeting them, is there? What does that team matter? I'll be with them for what part of the van ride, and their gender is even less relevant. Can't. Still a shallow sleeper, and my dreams are always about the past. Sounds like a plan. I open the glove compartment, retrieve a bottle of eye drops, and a sleep mask. According to the watch on my wrist, it's now 5:26 p.m. About time I got started on stretching my ocular muscles in preparation for my job. Resting the back of my head firmly against my headrest, I apply a single drop of liquid to both my eyes, then gently close them. Eyes still shut, I move my eyeball in a regular figure 8 pattern, sometimes squeezing my eyelids firmly down against them. Opening my eyes, I swing my focus up and down to the absolute limit, as if attempting to look at my own forehead and chin. Next, I move my eyes left and right, trying to catch a glimpse of my own ears. I repeat that exercise a total of 5 times with 1-minute breaks in between each repetition. When I'm finished, I gently close my eyes, slip on the sleep mask, and consciously slow my breathing. And inside the car, enveloped in cheapy sweet fragrance, I quietly fall into sleep.
みちるなのですから、ミッチーなどいかがでしょう。もう、それならいっそミッチーとかどうなのよさ。なんかこう口んとこがバッテンな感じでキュートなのよ。ねえ、さっきから黙って聞いてれば何好き勝手なこと言ってるわけ？暇つぶしで人の名前をいじらないでくれる？だってチルチルって呼ぶなーって言ったのあんただよ。だからって変なあだ名を新しくつけろって言った覚えはないわよ。つうかあんたって言うな。めんどくせえ女だな。じゃあなんて呼べばいいのよさ。私にはちゃんと松島みちるって名前があんでしょが。変なあだ名とかいらないから。じゃあみちる？呼び捨てにすんな。私の方が年上だっての。みちるちゃん？ちゃん付けすんな。子供扱いじゃないのよ。みちるさん？あんたが言うとインギン無礼。なんかムカつく。ではみちる様ということで。いやいや、待て待て。何も名前をもじるだけがあだ名じゃないのよ。例えばジージャンデカはいつもジージャンを着ているからそうあだ名されるのであって、何かこう身体的な特徴、主にビジュアルからイメージするようなあだ名を。だから無理にあだ名をつける必要がどこにあるの？よし、今日からお前はパツキンデカだ。よろしくな。
Detective Blondie.
見たまんまだし。 カじゃないし。でもその場合、髪が伸びて地毛の色が出始める頃には通用しなくなってしまうような。あ、プリンデカというのはいかがですか？もしくは
プリン
登場してプッチンデカとか。
or Jello. Okay.
ああ、もうだからデカじゃないって言ってんでしょが。つーかプリン言うな。だんだんうざくなってきたのよさ。そりゃあたしのセリフだ。もうああ、もう鬱陶しいのよさ。じゃあチルチルはイカフライに何を。はあ、醤油かな。じゃあもうイカ醤油でいいよね。今日からチルチルはイカ醤油ってことでよろしく。ああ、もう急に面倒くさくなって適当なあだ名つけるな。まあまあ落ち着いてください、イカ醤油。
Sachi.
落ち着けるか。それととりあえず呼んでみるのやめて。もううるさいな。何大声出してんのよ。近所迷惑でしょ。チルチルの新しいあだ名を考えてたのよさ。イカ醤油よ、イカ醤油っていうか、私はイカ醤油じゃないわよ。どっちなのよ。鮮魚超人マグロマンに出てくる怪人みたいで素敵じゃないですか、イカ醤油。他人事だと思って気軽に肯定してくれてんじゃないわよ。いい？これは立派ないじめよ。ちなみにあまねえはイカフライに何をかけて食べる？そうね。なんとしまったのよさ。ここにも怪人イカ醤油がもう一匹。チルチル、残念だけどイカ醤油は全然残念じゃないから。心の底からホッとしてるから。ちなみに私はソース派です。別に聞いてないから。よし、今日から貴様はイカソースだ。ほら見なさい。
Someone stop mocking that before it gets out of control.
そして私はイカマヨ。あんたイカフライにマヨネーズつけて食べるの？だってほら、おつまみとかのサキイカにはマヨネーズつけて食べるんだし、変じゃないよね。そう言われるとどうなんだろう。多数決でも取ってみる？いや、何の意味があって？お？ちょいとそこ行くお嬢さん、意見を聞かせておくれでな。
When did you?
そうそう、そこでしかと決め込んでるあなたよ。そこで私に気安く話しかけないでくれないかしら。友達だと思われたら迷惑だわって背中で語ってるあなたに言ってるのよ。せっかくスルーしようと思っていたのに、一番厄介なのに見つかって声かけられたって感じで大きく肩を落としているあなた。
Like, can someone just shut her up, please? And also, on to the next part.